Welcome back to another deep dive on the explainer. Today we're tackling a goal that almost all of us share, but honestly, most of us are going about it completely wrong. The data actually outlines 5 specific science-backed exercises that directly target belly fat. And the best part? We're doing this without relying on those endless, mind-numbing hours of steady-state cardio. So let's get right into it. I know what you're thinking. You've heard all the big promises before, right? But what if I told you that your go-to treadmill routine is actually kind of working against you? Today, we're challenging the old school methods. We're going to look at the hard data and explore how using science, strategic intervals, and specific resistance movements can actually reprogram your body to utilize fat for fuel. Look, there is a stark contrast between those old methods and this new approach. Traditional jogging? Yeah, it gives you a temporary calorie burn, but it can literally lead to muscle loss over time. But the 5 exercises we're analyzing today unlock a completely different biological response. We're talking about triggering the epoch afterburn effect, demanding a massive hormone response from your body and ensuring permanent muscle retention. It's a complete paradigm shift. Here is the exact roadmap we're taking today. The kettlebell swing, the jump rope rhythm, the deadlift afterburn, the sprinting hack, and finally, the burpee finisher. Let's dive into the science. First up is exercise number 1, the kettlebell swing, or as the data suggests we should call it, the hormone spiker. Okay, check out this staggering metric, 400. That's exactly how many calories you burn doing just 20 minutes of kettlebell swings. To put that into perspective for a second, that is the exact equivalent of running a 6-minute mile. Except, you're standing in one spot, and you absolutely aren't destroying your joints pounding on the pavement. But hey, the workout itself is really only half the story here. The real magic comes down to EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. A study out of the University of North Texas actually found that just 12 sets of 30-second intervals of kettlebell swings creates this intense EPOC state. Your metabolism doesn't just calm down when you drop the weight, it stays completely jacked. You could literally be sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing afterward, and your body is still actively churning through fat. But listen, the absolutely crucial part here is getting the form right, because let's be honest, like 90% of people do this wrong. Let's walk through the steps. First, set the bell 12 to 18 inches in front of you. Second, and please remember this, it's a hip hinge, okay? Not a squat. Push those hips back like someone tied a rope around your waist and is pulling you backwards. Third, engage your lats. Imagine you're actively trying to crush oranges in your armpits. Sounds weird, but it protects your back. Finally, snap your hips forward violently so the bell just floats up to chest height using pure hip power alone. Grab a 26 to 35-pound bell to start and really nail this down. Moving right along to number 2, the jump rope rhythm, which we can also call the mitochondria builder. Now, I know you might immediately associate this with elementary school recess, but there is a rock-solid scientific reason why pro boxers swear by this tool. According to the European Journal of Applied Physiology, just 10 minutes of jumping rope equals 30 minutes of jogging. 30! Not only is it incredibly time efficient, but jumping rope actually builds more mitochondria in your muscle cells. And more mitochondria simply means your body becomes a vastly more efficient machine at burning fat, even when you're completely at rest. But if we want to avoid getting completely gassed in like 20 seconds, we gotta bypass a few common pitfalls. First, stop jumping so high. Seriously, you only need to clear the rope by 1 or 2 inches. Second, quit swinging your whole arms around. The rope turns from your wrists alone while keeping your elbows tucked in nice and tight. And third, stand tall. No hunching forward. All right, so how do we actually do this? Here are the exact actionable protocols you can apply today, no matter your fitness level. Beginners, go for 30 seconds of jumping, 10 seconds of rest for 3 rounds. Experienced folks, push for 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for 10 straight rounds. And if you want the really intense advanced challenge, go absolute maximum effort for 20 seconds with just 10 seconds of rest for 8 total rounds. Find that rhythm and the fat loss will follow. Okay, on to number 3, the deadlift afterburn, otherwise known as the metabolism multiplier. So while a heavy deadlift session keeps your metabolism elevated for up to 48 hours, the real magic, the true biological cheat code here is the permanent lean tissue it builds. Look at this. 1 pound of muscle burns 6 calories daily at rest, while fat only burns 2. So if you add 10 pounds of muscle using the deadlift, you're burning 40 extra calories every single day doing absolutely nothing. You are literally turning your own body into a passive 24/7 fat-burning furnace. Now, I totally get it. The deadlift intimidates a lot of people, and the fear of injury is super real. To alleviate that, let's break down a safe, step-by-step approach. Step 1. Get that barbell directly over the middle of your foot. Step 2. Push your hips back toward an imaginary wall behind you. Step 3. Take a huge breath, brace your core like you're about to take a punch, and engage those lats again. Step 4. Don't just pull the bar up. Instead, imagine you are actively pushing the floor down away from you with your feet. Your hips and chest have to rise at the exact same time. And please, if you're a beginner, just start with a 45-pound empty bar to master this technique safely. Next up is exercise 4, the sprinting hack, representing our evolution advantage. Think about it. Evolution gave us fast twitch muscle fibers for explosive power, right? Well, a massive 75-study meta-analysis reveals exactly what happens when we actually target them. Get this, sprints yield 91.83% more fat loss than moderate steady-state cardio, over 91%. And the best part? It requires 60% less time to get those superior results. It's almost unfair. When we look at the protocol here, the absolutely non-negotiable first step is a 10-minute minimum dynamic warm-up. I'm talking leg swings, light jogging. Seriously, do not skip this or you are going to pull a muscle. For beginners, sprint 10 to 15 seconds at about 80% effort, then just walk for 60 to 90 seconds. Repeat that 4 to 6 times and you're golden. For the advanced athletes out there, try the brutal Wingate protocol. 30 seconds of absolute 100% maximum effort, followed by 4 whole minutes of walking recovery. It is a total game changer. And here we are, the final protocol. Exercise number 5, the burpee finisher, the ultimate zero equipment burn. I know, it's the universally dreaded movement, but the data proves exactly why we put ourselves through it. When you're losing weight, you absolutely want to keep your metabolism boosting muscle. Research shows burpees preserve a massive 97% of your muscle during fat loss, compared to only 78% for traditional cardio. Why? Well, because a burpee hits literally every single position the human body can do in just 3 seconds. Drop, plank, push-up, jump, explode. Your muscles simply never get a chance to take a break. So here is the exact 4-minute destruction protocol for the burpee. 20 seconds of maximum effort, followed by 10 seconds of rest. You do this for 8 rounds total. It takes exactly 4 minutes of your day. But a huge warning from the source material here. Do not let your hips sag, do not do half push-ups, and absolutely do not skip the jump at the top. Cheating the movement just kills the effectiveness entirely. Which brings us perfectly to the core thesis of this entire explainer. Perfect form burns fat. Your ego doesn't. Let that sink in. Executing these 5 specific movements correctly, with the right weight and the proper biomechanics, that is the true key to unlocking these physiological cheat codes. So, that leaves us with one final thought to chew on today. Are you going to let fear or just comfortable habits keep you stuck on that same old treadmill? Or are you ready to use actual science and these 5 proven exercises to finally annihilate that belly fat? The data is right there in front of you. The choice is yours. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer today, and as always, keep learning.